What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMGWTFLOLFTWBRB, and welcome to episode 27 of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the Subspace Emissary. Right now, we are going to go back towards the ship so we can make our way to the room that we haven't gone to yet. I believe we took on Dwan in this room, which is one of the bosses in the Subspace Emissary mode. And, I didn't showcase it off because I wasn't ready to go to that room yet, but I think it's about time we do head over there. Unfortunately, though, the wind is blowing over here, and I make a terrible mistake and miscalculate my jump and die. And, well, it was so much fun the first time, why not the second time, right, nerds and geeks? Yeah, horrible start off to this episode, to be completely honest. First off, miscalculating my jump as Game & Watch, and then just dying right away as Marth. But either way, we find ourselves back in this Earthbound kind of level. This is around the area where we first were introduced to Lucas, Ness, and even got to fight the Porky boss. So we just make our way through here, and we're still in the Great Maze, as I've mentioned before. We're honestly not even really that close to being done. We've got quite a few more episodes left to be in the Great Maze. Really, nerds and geeks, you're not going to find many YouTubers that will say this. Oh, before I even go on with what I was about to say, watch the incredible mistake I make around here. So, the Retort right here is pretty low on health, and I'm almost confident that I can hit him with this trophy. I don't know what the name of the weapon is, but I'm almost positive I can hit him with this little cylinder object here that turns him into a trophy. Since I've never actually done that, but Retort's kind of a douchebag, and, well, I ended up dying because I got greedy. Fair enough, but as I was saying before, you're not going to hear many YouTubers say this, but the Great Maze is just going to be me going off and fighting all the characters, basically, and all the bosses until I end it through there. Right now we're actually going to be taking on yet another character, which is going to be Ness from the Earthbound series, and I'll get to him in a couple seconds. Real quick, before I go on, can I mention how much I love this theme song? I really do. This theme is so upbeat, it's so great, and it's one of my favorite themes in the game. Oh. Oh, well, we got a game over there, but let's pretend like that didn't happen. We get to hear this fantastic theme again. As I was saying, though, the way the Great Maze level works is it's a maze, for one, that just really sees us going around battling characters like Ness in this dark form, and then bosses we've experienced throughout the playthrough. So if you nerds and geeks, you know, don't want to sit through this Great Maze stuff and just kind of wait until we get to the actual final boss and all that, I don't blame you. I really don't. It's mostly just going to be this, and all the Great Maze episodes are going to be literally called the Great Maze Part blah blah blah, Great Maze Part, you know, 1, 2, 3, and etc. So if you guys just want to, you know, skip ahead and not, you know, waste your time watching these Great Maze videos just so we can move on with the story, because really this is going to take a while, and I don't blame you guys, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings, but I do highly recommend those who are looking for, you know, one of the quicker ways to get through the maze and one of the more suggested routes to get through the maze, to really pay attention to these videos, because as I mentioned in the previous part, I do have this map in front of me that is kind of a, not really kind of, but is helping me get through the maze as fast as I really can. And I'm doing a lot of cutting to where the parts where I'll be paused and like just standing in place, you know, trying to study or, you know, figure out where I need to go next practically. So if you're interested in seeing what's the quickest way to get through the Great Maze, I would suggest watching these videos. Of course, I'm not, as we saw right there, that door just leads you to a little save point area that revives all your characters, which I lost Game & Watch by accident, so I went and decided to do it. I'm not going to showcase that because we've already seen it, so, and really with the doors, it's most of the time I'm not going to really showcase where we're going. I mean, unless it's a new area and where we have to go. If it's somewhere where I'm going back, or it kind of gets a little tedious at points. So we are playing as Marth right now, and I mentioned in part 2, by the way, here's a moment where I'm just standing still, kind of figuring out where I want to go for the second. What's the best route? But, Marth's a character that I did mention in this part 2 that I really kind of regret using in the Great Maze. I'm going to continue using him because you know, obviously I've recorded up to that point. But, I kind of regret it because he's not the best character I feel to use in the Great Maze. He doesn't have the best jumps, he's not the fastest character, and he doesn't do as much damage as I wish he could. So something I would like to point out again, just listen to how peaceful this song is. Definitely not fitting to what I'm fighting right now. And this is what I was about to say. Oh, by the way, I may have failed at getting the Retorit, but I got the Gigangia, whatever its name is, so that's something I'm actually pretty proud of. I was able to get that trophy, because those are one of the harder ones. When you're going to be fighting characters with those bigger health bars, you need to bring them down to a significant health bar in order for them to actually be able to be trophified, I guess. So yeah, once again, these bombs, you touch them or get too close to them, gonna blow up. But right now, we're gonna be taking on Porky, so if you go through that door, unlike Dwan, I'm not gonna say you should, you know, be really worried about Porky, because in my honest opinion, I don't think Porky's that hard to fight in this game. I really feel he doesn't do a lot of damage, and his moves are really just easy to avoid. So really, you could just kind of mash him, and even if he hits you, it's not like it's going to do that much to you. And as I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, they are pretty easy to avoid. I mean, right there, I mean, I am at 70%, but he is dead now. So yeah, Porky's one of those easier bosses, so I wouldn't necessarily say be prepared for the next him coming out, but he's there, and if you have a hard time with Porky, well then yes, be prepared. So we find ourselves back into this rune area where we were kind of introduced to, I believe, Wario and all of them. And we're brought back over here. I believe this is that area we were at before. Once again, just going to pop in, get all my characters back. And we're going to go down here now. Actually, no, we're not. This is actually a complete waste of time, and I cut out a lot of this part. I went in there thinking I had to, and I didn't. Or at least it wasn't my recommended area to go. Instead, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head down here and just head all the way down. Head all the way down. Watch out for bombs, by the way. Don't be so uncautious like I was, where practically just ran into the bombs. To be fair, though, or not to be fair, but to be pretty even, Meta Knight definitely helped in this situation where I can just kind of float over the bombs and all that. So definitely helped. In this door, you're going to be taking on Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon is one of the more difficult characters to take on at times. It depends, really. He could be pretty easy if you're able to just really keep him shut down, but you're gonna, you know, want to watch out for those Falco punches. You know, it does come off slow, and it's not, you know, a move that is easily hit. But if you're not paying attention, Captain Falcon could whale you with one of those, and it's just could be bad news from there. Luckily, though, I did have Meta Knight, and I do feel Meta Knight definitely is one of the better characters to select when you're going through these little gauntlet rounds, because he is the best character in the game, as I've mentioned before, and you really kind of just wreck characters with him, to be honest. So after beating Captain Falcon, we're taken back to this area where we kind of were introduced to Falcon and Captain Olimar, not Pit, excuse me. For the first time. As you saw in a few moments ago, Olimar's ship was still in the background. That's a good way to get down with Meta Knight, by the way. Use your down B, and it kind of takes him lower already, so if you hit hard but you're not dead yet, I would suggest using down B to get yourself off. As I was going to say earlier, I don't believe I actually said this, avoid some enemies like the plague, like right here, the Gigangia base, or whatever the hell its name is. If you can, I would say fly over it, do whatever you can, because right here I did that. I was not in the mood to deal with him, so I said, screw it, I'm not gonna. So when you get to the very end of this area, you're going to be battling Captain Olimar. Interesting thing for Captain Olimar, his theme playing in the background is actually a Kirby theme. I have no idea why, because there are Pikmin music. There is Pikmin music in here. Maybe not remixed Pikmin themes like most of the Smash Brothers games have, but there is Pikmin music in here, and I just find it a little strange how Nintendo decided to give him a Kirby theme instead of just sticking him with some Pikmin song. But whatever. Not too worried about it. Olimar's really not one of the more, he's not really that difficult to fight, to be completely honest. He just got lucky by the fact that Meta Knight had so much damage already done to him. Olimar is one of those characters I do like to use, and it's actually just kind of like Wario I mentioned last episode, where it's been more of a recent use of him than what he used to be. Kind of like Wario wasn't one of those characters I used quite a lot, and now he's kind of evolved into that. It was kind of the same thing with Olimar. I did a random matches with my friends and got Olimar, and he was really fun. I had fun with him, and yeah. So unfortunately, unlike Meta Knight, to where we actually were able to kind of float over this guy pretty well, not really able to do it right now, and I'm actually surprised he hasn't gotten rid of me yet. Still? Wow. Very surprised. I'd be even more surprised if I'm the one that gets rid of him. Wow! Thought for sure he would get rid of me. Yeah, just gotta make our way back over here. That's the end of this area. We won't really have to see this area anymore. That's just all we had to do over here, is just fight Olimar and then jump into bomb so we can kill ourselves. I'm not too worried about it because we are going to be heading back to another save point pretty soon. So I'll be able to get both Meta Knight and Wario back. But first, let's just have some problems with the door here. Be prepared, nerds and geeks. This episode, I seem to have some problems with doors. Sometimes it's just weird. You'll be standing like directly in front of the door or anything like that, and you'll be pressing up, and for some reason you just don't go in. You just find yourself jumping around, and it's quite annoying, to be very honest. I do it right here too. See, I was right in the middle of the door, right there again, and for some reason it didn't work, and it's not going to work here too. Middle of the door just doesn't work. I don't know if there's a reason why. I'm pretty positive I'm doing it right, but apparently the game says I'm not. So after healing up all my characters, what we are going to want to do now is go down here. I know I went down here before, but I wanted to stop over that one area because we're never going to see there again. Whereas this place actually leads to more of the level. So basically what I'm saying is that's the corner piece of the puzzle, and we're in the middle portions right now. So if in this area where resembles the Donkey Kong area, I believe this is where we first met both Donkey, Diddy, Fox, Falco, this kind of area. We have two options. We can go down or we can go up. And the recommended map list said to go down first, because when you go up, which is what I'm going to do, not only do you fight Donkey Kong, but it's going to take you to actually the area where you're going to want to, you have to go to fight the boss. I decided since I was here to just get Donkey Kong out of the way and go up real quick and then go back and go down. So at this moment, it was me, basically changing the game map around. We'll see if it comes back to bite me or not. I don't really think it will. It's just me getting someone out of the way, and it was on the way. It's not like I went out of my way to go fight this guy. He's there. Why not get rid of him now, Especially since he leads to the boss door, so it's something we don't have to do when it comes around. So I figured I'd just battle Donkey Kong now. DK is one of the more stronger characters on the roster. Definitely a tank, I would say. He can take a lot of damage, but he's one of the slower members as well. So even though he does do a lot of damage, he's kind of like Porky in a way, I feel like, and Porky's a boss, which is weird. By the way, this is a remixed song from Donkey Kong Country, I believe, and it's the pirate theme, or one of the pirate songs. I believe it's Donkey Kong Country 3 or 2, one of the. I'm not really familiar with the game series. But as I was saying, Donkey can definitely give you some heavy damage, especially if he hits you with that wind-up punch. But I really feel like he kind of resembles Porky in a way. And the reason why I say that is because he's slow, you're able to get a lot more moves on him if you're playing a faster character. Just so you know, similar to I believe what I had in the last episode, that door when you defeat Donkey Kong does not take you to where I was. It actually takes you to a different room. But I'm not ready to show off that room yet, so I decided to just skip showing that room altogether. And I tried to pull off some pro things, but it really didn't work. I'm not that great with Marth as I thought I was, compared to how good I am with Meta Knight, which isn't saying much. Of course, Mr. Game & Watch being my main character, and Wario being a character that I'm just naturally good with, I feel. So right now we are taking on Samus Aran, her in her suit form. I believe we do have to fight Zero Suit Samus as well, if we have not already. I really haven't been keeping track of who we fought, to be honest with you, nerds and geeks. Samus can be one of the more difficult people to fight. She's quick, she's powerful, and if you're not careful, she can hit you with one powerful move that just ends your game. But luckily I am playing as Meta Knight, who I do believe is the best character in the game, and right now it seems like we got Samus in like a stun lock kind of formation where we're just hitting her and sending her back off. She's getting a lot of damage done to her, which is something I'm very pleased about. In fact, that's going to put Samus away. So after beating Samus, it's going to take us back to this this area where Samus and Pikachu were really seen in their levels. This is kind of the first area where we were introduced to Rob as well. You know, it's pretty cool. It's got a good theme. I like it. Really Metroid-esque, which makes sense because it is supposed to kind of be like a Metroid-style level, I would assume, especially with the way the keys work and the way it's supposed to, you know, kind of look like a ship or a base or something. Instead of getting this key right here, even though that's what I kind of went through, we're actually going to go down, and we're going to fight the last character, I believe. I believe this is the last character of the video. I could be wrong, and it's Pikachu, who we did get to see in this area, so I believe this is actually a dead-end area as well. So we just got to dispose of Pikachu, and we're going to be on our way to getting to another area. This actually might not be the last person. I'm going off muscle memory. Pikachu is very quick. I don't believe Pikachu's attacks are that bad. I know that if you're not careful and you just let Pikachu keep hitting you with like that big Thunderbolt move, it could be very dangerous for you, but it is a computer and it's not really going to pull off many of those objectives. So after beating Pikachu, what you're going to want to do is you're not going to want to throw the key. You're going to want to pick the key up and then avoid these enemies, because if you do attack, you are going to drop the key unless you do a special attack, I believe, but whatever. Unlock this area, and we're going to go all the way down. All the way down, and I'm a very impatient person. So before I go into this next door, I'm going to go heal myself up, and in this oh boy. So in this next area over here, it's going to be kind of like one of those rooms where you get these little beam lights right here, and our next objective is going to be to unlock that door to move on in the game. I believe that actually holds a boss. I think maybe Ridley or Meta Ridley. Either way, nerds and geeks, that's actually going to be the end of this episode, so I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, a like, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It really helps. And as always, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, Facebook, and Twitter to help my channel grow, not goal. And as always, I will see you guys in our next episode as we continue on in the Great Maze. Yay.